Hello and welcome back, yogis and yoginis. My name is Alejandro from Flow into Nature, and today we are doing the third class of Build Your Strength series, a series meant for beginners, for us to really strengthen our core so that you can continue to get stronger this 2023. If you have a block, it might be good to grab it. If you don't have something like that, it's okay. You might not need it. It's always good to have in case. There's also a playlist in the comments down below in case you want a little bit of music. Go ahead and hit play on that and meet us back when you're ready. So for today, we're going to get started in a seated meditation. Again, if you have a block, a bolster, or anything that you'd like to use, option to go ahead and grab that. We're going to start off in a nice, gentle, easy seated position. So for yourself, just allow yourself to go ahead and get started, settle in, cross the legs. Maybe you want to sit over the shins and allow yourself to find a nice tall spine. We've been working on our mudras, just a circle of energy so that our energy always continues to flow. You can bring your index fingers or your thumbs to touch, maybe your middle fingers, and we're going to bring our hands down onto our thighs. Allow yourself to find a nice tall spine, starting to really activate in through the core to lengthen up through the spine. Find a nice gentle bow of the head and let the eyes close. Finding a nice neutral gaze. As you allow yourself to settle down, to ground to the earth, I invite you to start to feel your power, to start to feel the strength that's inside of you. Notice all the good qualities about yourself and turn those into a superpower. Just because we talk about strength does not mean that it's physical. Most of our strength comes mentally, the willpower that we have, the decisions that we make every day, and the things that we do repeatedly that continues to build on themselves so that we can continue to get stronger. Stronger for our mind, stronger for our body, stronger for our soul. What is one thing that you believe is one of your strengths? Find that strength, let it fill you up. Let it become part of who you are, really attaching it to your identity, and use that. Use that strength, use that superpower today to continue to build on yourself. Let's start to connect in with the breath. Let's exhale out all of the stale air. Nice and loud so I can hear you. Breath in through your nose. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Two more breaths just to let it all go. Inhale, fill up into the belly, into the chest. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. One more full round of breath just to really ground you down. Inhale with strength, with ferocity. Open the mouth, exhale. We'll blink open the eyes. We'll move ourselves onto our mat, finding ourselves into a tabletop position. You can remove the block or the bolster if it's in the way. Bring the hands directly underneath the shoulders. Bring the knees directly underneath the hips. We're going to right away find a hovering cat-cow. So from here, tuck your toes. Lift the knees 2 inches off the ground. This is exactly where we're going to stay. Really pressing into the hands. Feel the core engage a little bit more. Beautiful. Just breathe. Nice and strong. This is already just starting to warm up the core. Really working today on our transverse abs, our six-pack, so that we can really help strengthen the core from the front. You gotta continue to breathe for 4. For 3. If you need to drop your knees at any point, know that you can do so. Last 2. And 1. Maybe you keep the knees hovering. We're going to move into some cat-cows. Inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly. Shine the heart forward. Lift the chin up to the sky. Maybe you're still hovering off of the knees as you exhale, cat pose. Tuck the tailbone. Really press it around the spine. Chin comes into the chest. We'll move 2 more times just like that. Maybe the knees are still floating. Inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, chin high. As you exhale, cat pose, round curl, moving to your breath. 1 more. Inhale, cow pose. Open up the heart, chin high. As you exhale, round and curl, press away from the mat. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Drop your knees. Take a quick seat on the heels. Shake out the wrists. Well done. When you're ready, just go ahead. Plant your hands once again. Lift the hips up and back. And find yourself into your first downward facing dog. Really pressing into the hands. Really lean the shoulders back towards the thighs. Try to lift up through the tailbone, through the sits bones. If you need to, you can always bend both knees. Really try to find as much length as you can for the spine, really pressing into the ground. From here, if it feels good, maybe you start to extend your right leg, dropping the right heel to the ground. Nice big stretch for the back of the right leg. Bring that right knee back in, extend through the left leg, left heel towards the ground, lengthening the back of the left leg. If it feels good, you can take your dog for a walk, just kind of pedaling in and out of the legs. Maybe you like to shake your head yes, shake your head no. Shake your head yes once again, always ending on a positive note. Beautiful. Allow yourself to find a neutral place here in your down dog. Pressing into the hands. Really lift the tailbone up a little bit higher. Breath in through your nose. Out through your nose. Like you're fogging up a mirror, like that Darth Vader sound. Inhale. Ujjayi exhale. Your breath of fire, your breath of strength. 1 more inhale. Can you press a little further back? Exhale. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, walk your feet all the way forward. Take as many little steps as you need to. Your feet are going to come right behind your hands. Feet are going to be hip-width distance apart. Really bend into the knees, but let the belly touch the legs. Option to grab your opposite elbows. Maybe you want to sway a little bit side to side. Letting any tension relax and melt off the shoulders, the neck, the head, as you let your body sway like a pendulum. If you have really tight hamstrings, you might want to bend the knees a little bit more. If the backs of your legs feel really good, you can start to extend the legs. Take a breath in. As you exhale, slowly release the hands down to the ground. Option, if you like, you can bring your big toes to touch, leaving a slight space between the heels. This will challenge your balance a little bit more. Look behind you. Start to roll yourself up. Nice and slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, knowing that there's no rush to get to the top. Once the head come up and over the shoulders, let the shoulders go up, back, down. 1 more time. Up, back, down. Reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Look up. Try to lengthen and touch the ceiling. Bring your palms together. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Samastitihi. Allow yourself to find a moment in this place to set your intention. Why are you here today? How do you want to feel by the end of today's yoga practice? How does encouraging your strength help you build for this 2023? It is my intention for you to continue to get stronger so that you too can achieve all your goals this year. 1 more breath in and a breath out. Let's start to move. Blink open the eyes. Inhale, mountain pose. Press into the feet. Really engage the core, the legs. Reach all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, back bend. We're going to cactus out the arms. Press the hips forward and then start to lean the heart back. You can let your chin fall as well. Try to reach your arms backwards, really lengthening the whole front side of your body. Take another breath in. Maybe you go a little bit deeper breath out. Inhale, mountain pose. Bring the spine back to neutral, reach up with the hands. As you exhale, forward fold. Hands come through heart center, lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine so that it becomes parallel to the ground. Hands can come to your shins or to your thighs. I'm using them to press away, trying to create a 90-degree angle in my hip. Lift the shoulder blades a little higher. That's going to help engage the core. Another breath in as you shift forward. As you exhale, high plank, plant your hands, step your feet back. We've been doing these through this series, our vinyasas. We're going to shift forward all the way onto your tippy toes. As you exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. We're going to bend the elbows 90 degrees. Keep the elbows really pressed into the side body. Untuck your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog as you lengthen the arms. Really try to press into the feet, engaging into the inner thighs. Lift up through the center of the heart a little bit more. Inhale. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Let's move that breath to movement. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, you can step or hop to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthening your spine. Exhales, fold a little deeper. Inhale, mountain pose, press into the ground, the legs, the core, and the arms engage. As you exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, mountain pose, press and reach up. As you exhale, back bend, cactus the arms, lift up through the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, mountain pose, we rise to the top. As we exhale, we fold towards the ground. Relax the head and neck and heavy at the bottom. Inhale, halfway lift and then lengthening the spine. As you exhale, plant your hands, feet go back, high plank. Again, we're going to do our vinyasa. If you want a modification, you can drop the knees, shift forward. Knees come down, heels will lift. Once again, we're going to lower ourselves down halfway. Elbows really close to the side body. Now tops of the feet to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. 4 points of contact, just the tops of the feet and the hands. And then as you exhale, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in through your nose and out through your nose. One more time, inhale, look forward. As you exhale, you can step or hop to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhales to fold. Inhale, mountain pose, press, rise, engage the core. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up. As you exhale, back bend, release the core to find the arch in your spine. Inhale, mountain, engage the core to rise. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and engage the core, shift forward. As you exhale, high plank, plant your hands, step your feet back. You know the variations. You can drop the knees if you need to, shift forward. We lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, opening your heart. As you exhale, downward facing dog, lifting the hips up and back. We'll take 3 breaths here, in through your nose. And out through your nose. 2 more breaths, inhale. Beautiful. We're going to start to lift up through the heels, round through the spine, come all the way forward. We're going to find a high plank. Breathe. Nice. We're going to widen the feet just a little bit more. And we're going to do kind of an upward dog variation here. We're just going to stay really pressed into the ground. Engaging into the legs like you have a block in between your thighs. Beautiful. From here, start to shift a little further forward. Just start to drop the hips down. Keeping on the tops of the toes, opening up through your heart, so a slightly modified upward facing dog. And from here, just lift the hips back into a high plank, really engage the core. We move just like that, we lower it down. Staying on the tops of the feet, engage the core, curl and press into the ground. Lower, shh, crunch it in, shh, Inhales to lower. Exhales, crunch. Shh. You got it, just like that. Breathe. Shh. For 8. Shh. 7. Shh. 6. Shh. 5. Shh. 4. Shh. Keep your legs really engaged. You got it. 3. Shh. 2. Shh. 1. Shh. Beautiful. Drop the knees. Find a child's pose. Rest all the way back and down. Relax the hands if you need to. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth. Let it go. One more breath in. Relax it all out. Breath out. Reach your arms back forward. Take a sip of water if you need to. When you're ready, we'll meet back downward facing dog. Well done. Core starting to feel really nice and warmed up, really strong. Really press into the hands. Heels trying to touch towards the ground. It's okay if they don't touch. The knees can still have a slight bend. Pressing your heart back. Inhale. And exhale through your nose. One more breath in. And a breath out. Moving on to our Sun B, inhale, look forward. As you exhale, you can step or hop to the top of the mat, forward fold. Right away, inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, sit back, sit down, reaching the arms up nice and high, breathe. Look down, can you see all 10 toes? If not, try to shift your heel weight a little deeper into your heels. Engage the back of your legs, can you sit a little bit lower? Find a tuck of the tailbone, so we're tilting the pelvis down, flattening out the low spine, so that we can also reach the arms a little higher. Can you sit just a little bit lower? One more, inhale. Hold it strong, exhale. Inhale it, puff up into the chest. As you exhale, forward fold to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, engage the core as you rise. As you exhale, high to low plank, plant your hands, feet go back. You know these vinyasas. Drop your knees if you need to, shift forward. We lower down halfway. Inhale, up dog, opening the heart. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale the right heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Breathe. Press into the hands. Flex your right toes. Make sure your right toes are pointing down. Try to lift that heel a little higher. Inhale. As you exhale, knee to the nose, we round and curl, slowly bringing that right foot to the top of the mat. Beautiful. From here, inhale, crescent lunge. We're going to keep the back heel lifted, reaching up to the sky. Breathe. Front knee is over front ankle. Try to sink into that lunge. I want to square my hips here, so left hip is going to press forward, right hip will press back. Really engage into your left glute. You can have a slight bend in your left knee. Find the length through the spine as you reach up from the hips. Inhale. Sink a little deeper into your lunge. Exhale. One more breath in. Square the hips a little deeper. Breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Shift the chest forward. Hips stay square as you fly the arms behind you. Your heart is going to be almost right over your right knee. Keep the hips nice and square. Try to lift the back heel a little bit more, like you're trying to bring the crown of your head to go over the front of your mat. Can you lift the arms a little higher, really opening up through the chest? Breath in. Sink a little deeper into your lunge. Breath out. Beautiful. Really press off of the back foot. Inhale, warrior three. We're going to lift off and onto our right leg. A lot of core work here. Really feel the low belly pull in and attach to the spine. Engage the floating leg. You can point it or flex it, but it's going to help you keep the hips nice and engaged. Core stays engaged as we try to lift the shoulders a little higher. If you want a little bit more for the arms, you can reach them forward. I don't have the space, but maybe you do. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly, slowly land that left foot behind you. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach the arms back up. As you exhale your vinyasa, plant your hands down. The right leg will step back. Maybe it floats if you want a little extra core work. Shift forward, lower down halfway. Both feet to the mat. Inhale, up dog. As you exhale, down dog. Left side, keep breathing. Inhale, left heel to the sky. Breathe. Pressing into the hands. Lift the back heel a little higher. Keep those left toes pointed towards the ground. Inhale. As you exhale, left knee comes to the nose and we slowly press the left foot between the palms. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach it up. Breathe. Nice and strong. Again, front knee is over the front ankle, so sink into your lunge. Square your hips, right hip goes forward, left hip goes back. And tuck, very gentle tuck of the pelvis. Right glute is really engaged. Option to keep a slight bend in the back knee. Maybe if you want, you can start to lengthen it up, but keep your hips square. Find your balance. Feel the engagement of the core. As your hips go down, your core lifts you up and you fight against gravity. Finding that strength. Breath in. Can you sink into the lunge a little deeper? Breath out. Nice adjustment, inhale. As you exhale, fly your arms. Chest goes forward, arm goes back. Breathe. Again, the chest is almost directly over the left knee. Lengthen out through the right leg. Try to lift the back heel like you're trying to pulse yourself forward. Really, you're gazing at the top of your mat. Try to lift the arms a little higher. One more breath in. Pull the belly in, breath out. Inhale, warrior three. Bring that right toes forward and then lift it up and off the ground. You got it. Finding your balance. Engage your back leg. Try to square your hips. You'll feel the inner thighs engage as your right hip will also drop down. Lift the shoulders a little bit higher. I'm more worried about the shoulders than the low back leg lifting up. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly land the right foot all the way back with control. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach up. As you exhale, vinyasa, plant your hands. Your left leg will step back. Maybe it floats, shift it forward, lower down halfway. You can always drop the knee. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take one breath to reset. Inhale. Exhale through your nose. Let's flow breath to movement. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. As you exhale, forward fold. You can step or hop to the top. Inhale, chair pose, sitting down nice and low. As you exhale, forward fold to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale your vinyasa, plant your hands. Feet go back. Drop the knees if you need to. Shift it forward, lower down halfway. Inhale, up dog, opening your heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Keep it moving. Inhale, right heel to the sky. As you exhale, low lunge, right foot steps forward. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. As you exhale, crescent with airplane arms, chest goes forward, arms go back. Inhale, warrior three, engage the core, lift that left heel to the sky. As you exhale, left foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms go high. As you exhale, plant the hands down. The right foot steps back, maybe it floats. Shift it forward, lower down, halfway or to the ground. Inhale, up dog. As you exhale, down dog. Inhale your left heel to the sky. As you exhale, low lunge, left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, crescent lunge, go up. As you exhale, fly the arms, chest forward, arms back. Inhale, warrior three, with control, lift and fly off. As you exhale, land the right foot behind you. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach high. As you exhale, plant your hands. Left leg goes back. Shift forward. Maybe you drop the knees. Lower down halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog.
One breath, reset, inhale. Stay strong as you exhale. Last time through, inhale, look forward. As you exhale, you can step or hop, landing at the top, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend the knees. Can you go a little bit lower? Maybe this deepest one you've got. As you exhale, forward fold. Well done. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine. As you exhale, high to low plank, your vinyasa. Feet go back, maybe you drop the knees. Shift forward, down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You know what to do. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg to the sky. As you exhale, low lunge, right foot goes forward. Inhale, crescent lunge, square the hips as you rise up. As you exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Chest goes forward, arms back. Inhale, warrior three, lunge, fly off onto your right leg, stay strong. As you exhale, left leg steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach the heart high. As you exhale, plant your hands. Right foot goes back, shift forward, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg, inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach up. As you exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Fly your chest, open the arms. Inhale, warrior three. Lunge, fly onto your left foot. Exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Lift up to the heart. As you exhale, plant your hands. Left leg steps back. Shift forward, drop the knee if you need to, lower down halfway. Inhale, up dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Let's let some heat go, inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. One more just like that, because that felt good. Inhale. Nice and strong, open mouth, exhale. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, step to the top of the mat. We're gonna take a seat. Beautiful. Moving on to the second side of core. We're gonna lower ourselves all the way down. Heels are gonna come close to the glutes, or as close as it feels good to you. We're gonna move into regular crunches. Interlace the hands behind the back. Lengthen out through the spine. Keep your gaze straight up. Inhale. As you exhale, we crunch straight up. Lift both shoulder blades off the mat. Inhales to lengthen and lower. Exhales, crunch and lift you up. Lengthen, lower. Inhale. Exhale and lift. Inhales down. Exhales, crunch. Really nice and light on the back of the head with the fingers. We're not using our hands to pull ourselves up. We're using our upper body to add a little bit more weight so that we strengthen our core even more. Keep moving. Keep it breathing. Your breath guides and dictates your movements. So if you're exacerbated, know that you need to calm the breath first. You can go a little bit slower if you need to. If you want to elevate your heart rate, maybe you start breathing a little faster, crunch a little faster. We all have our own rate to go at. Keep going. Can you lift just a little bit higher? Yes, you can. For 6, 5, breathe through it. 4, yes, you can. Last 3, for 2, 1, and 0. Beautiful. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze. Rock it a little side to side. I know that 0 always tends to hurt a little bit more. We never really expect it. It's okay. When things come, we gotta just give it our best. We're gonna bring our knees now right over our hips, reverse tabletop the legs. Bring your hands, press your hands really deeply into your knees and your knees into your hands. This is gonna create an isometric contraction in our core. We're gonna keep the arms extended. We're gonna do this one leg at a time. Keep the arms where they are. We're just gonna extend the right leg out. Bring it back in. Extend the left leg out. Bring it back in. Notice how you're pressing in with the other knee to help stabilize the core. Left leg and in. Right leg and in. Really press against the knees. Breathe. I know, small exercises get really hard, but yes, you can. Really strengthening the lower abs here. You got it. Breathe through it. We're almost out of it. Give it the best that you can. Stay strong. If you need a little bit of time to take a break, go ahead and take it. For 4. 4. Yes, you can. 3. 3. Press against the legs. 2. 2. Last. 1. 1. You know what we're doing. To 0. 0. And 0. Beautiful. Knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug, a squeeze. Maybe a rock with the tailbone up and down. Really massaging the spine and the core. Beautiful. Grab behind your thighs. Rock and roll. 2, 3 times forward and back till you make it into a tall seat. We're going to move into a boat pose. There's different layers here. Layer 1, toes on the mat, heels off. Still holding on to my thighs. I'm going to lift my chest up nice and high. I want to keep my neck in line with my spine, so I'm looking up a little bit. That's perfectly okay. And I can stay right here and breathe. This is your first layer. Layer 1 is the easiest. Doesn't mean that it's not hard, it just means this is the easiest variation. If you want a little bit more, maybe you parallel one leg. Maybe you want to parallel both. You can still hold on to the thighs to lengthen the spine. If you feel like you can keep the core there, maybe you can release the arms and we breathe right here. Again, whatever variation you're at, maybe you want to do it one leg at a time. Breathe. Heart lifted, core engaged. You can point or flex the toes, keeping the legs engaged as well. Breathe. Focus on the breath. Focus on the strength that you have. The willpower that you develop when you put yourself into an uncomfortable situation and you hold it strong and you prove to yourself that you can. Yes, this is what we're here to build. Not just the physical strength, but the mental strength as well. You got it. Hold it strong. 10, 9, 8, lift the heart. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, yes you can. 2, 1, and 0. Cross your legs. Find a nice big long spine as you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, twist to your right. Nice big easy stretch here just to help the spine and the core release a little bit. Inhale. Twist a little deeper, exhale. Come back through center, breath in. Twist to the other side, breath out. Keeping the spine up nice and long, looking over the left shoulder, inhale. And twist a little deeper on the exhale. Come back through center. We're going to plant our hands, send the feet back. Take an upward facing dog. Go through a vinyasa. Maybe you hold that upward facing dog just for a little bit longer, just to really stretch out that core. Make that feel really, really good. Beautiful. When you're ready, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And exhale through your nose. 2 more breaths just to settle us back into our asana, our postures. Inhale. And exhale through the nose. Last one, breath in. Press everything towards the back of the mat, breath out. Nice. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, you can step or hop to the top of the mat. We'll find a forward fold. Inhale. Chair pose. Once again, bend into the knees. Sit back, sit down, reaching the arms up high. We're going to move into balancing. We're going to move into an ego pose. From here, right leg will come up and over the left. You can use this foot as a kickstand on the ground. Maybe you're just using it as a single wrap. That right leg is floating, if you can.
and you have it in you, maybe you have a double wrap where your foot wraps all the way around. It's not necessarily the most important, but just giving you the variations. Squeeze your legs together. That really helps create one strong foundation. From there, engage into the core. We're going to bring the right arm underneath and the left arm on top. So hopefully the palms can touch. If they cannot, maybe you just grab onto your shoulders. Again, the right shoulder, right elbow is on the bottom. You're trying to be the lowest person from the hips down, the tallest person from the hips up. So really lengthening the spine. Breathe. Find a drishti, a point of focus, something that's not moving in your room. That's going to help you find a little bit more balance. And breathe. Keep your arms as they are. Inhale, bring your right leg up to the sky. We'll find a bound one-legged mountain. From here, once again, warrior 3, this time with bound arms. Kick your right leg all the way back. Bringing the hands down, right in front of you. Again, try to square the hips, so bring that right hip down. Really pressing off of the left leg. Find your drishti, your point of focus. If you need to release the arms, know that you can't. If you can, try reaching your arms forward. Keep pressing your back heel backwards. Find as much length as you can here for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly start to stand back up. Once the right foot touches the ground, release the arms. Shake out the left leg. Well done. Beautiful. And we'll move on to the opposite side. Inhale, chair pose. Bending into your knees, sitting down nice and low. Arms go high. Beautiful. From here, left leg will come up and over the right. Squeeze the legs together. Again, find your kickstand, your single wrap or your double wrap, whatever works the best for you. And then left arm underneath the right. Palms maybe touch. Maybe you're grabbing onto your shoulders. Can you sit a little bit lower? Squeeze the legs together. Engage your core. Feel as you lift your arms a little higher to the sky. Once again, find your drishti, a point of focus. Breathe. Keep the arms. Inhale, bring the left knee up. Find a bound one-legged mountain. And from here, we're going to move into our warrior 3. Start to kick the left leg back. Engage the legs, squeezing the inner thighs together. And that way you'll stable yourself as you drop the heart down. Engage the legs, drop the left hip down. Flex or point the left toes. Start to reach the arms a little further forward. How much can you lengthen? Breathe through it. Slowly start to rise back up. Bring the left foot down, release the arms. Shake out the whole body. Well done. One arm to the sky. Give yourself a high five. Awesome job. We're going to close this out nice and strong. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach all the way back up. Right away, option for a little back bend if you would like it and it feels good in your body. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Hinge from the hips, lower all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine. As you exhale your vinyasa, plant your hands, your feet go back. Shift forward, lower down halfway. Inhale, up dog, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take 5 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Breath in. Breath out. 2 more. Really stay strong through the mind. Press into the hands. Inhale.
Can you drop the heels a little bit lower? Exhale. Last one, breath in. And a breath out. Beautiful. Start to lift your heels. Come all the way far forward. From here, we're going to drop onto our forearms. Right forearm down, left forearm down. Breathe. Nice and strong forearm plank. Try to keep your elbows in, really underneath the shoulders. If you need to widen the feet, go ahead and do so. If you need to drop the knees, you can drop the knees, keep the heels lifted. Really pull the belly in, lift the heart to the sky. Squeeze the legs together no matter where they are. We're almost out of it. This is our last little bit of core work right here. Find stability, find strength through your breath to give oxygen to your muscles to hold you strong. Yes, you can. Breathe through it. We're all in it together. Strengthens you, strengthens your family, strengthens your friends, strengthens your community. We're almost there. Last couple breaths. One more inhale. As you exhale, slowly lower the hips down to the mat, finding a Sphinx pose. Press the tops of the feet into the ground. Imagine you're pulling your heart forward and up. Try to lengthen out through your transverse abs. Really lengthening your six pack. Big breath in. As you exhale, slowly, slowly lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Doesn't matter how you get there, just flip yourself over like a pancake onto your back. We're going to move into our final part of class, just stretching everything out. From here, we're going to move into a figure four. Right leg will come over the left. Flex your right foot. Maybe you're pressing your right knee away with your right hand just to create that external rotation in the hip. Or if it feels a little bit better, you're welcome to thread the needle. Grab onto your left thigh with your right elbow. Press the right knee away from you. Maybe you flex both of your feet just to keep your knees engaged. Always trying to protect the body. And then with every exhale, try to pull your left knee in just a little bit closer, just to feel a little bit more of that stretch. Breathe. We're going to slowly release the left leg down. We're going to switch out the legs. Bring the left over the right this time. Again, flex your left foot. Maybe you just want to press the left knee away. Maybe this is all you need. Again, if you want more, you're welcome to take it, threading the needle. Grab the right thigh. Left elbow presses the left knee away. And you're using the strength of your arms and your right knee to help pull your left shin towards your heart center. And breathe. Keep your toes flexed, keep pressing the left knee away. Stay strong. Stay within that posture. Might feel a little uncomfortable, that's okay. You got this. One more breath in. One more breath out. Slowly release the legs. Bring the left foot back to the mat. Just widen your feet to the edges of your mat and just let your knees windshield wiper a little side to side. Not only is this great for the hips, but also helps stretch out the core just a little bit. Beautiful. Bring both feet back to the middle of your mat. Bring your heels close to your glutes. You should be able to tickle your heels. Press your hands down onto the ground. Inhale, bridge pose. You're going to lift the hips up nice and high. Really press into the heels. Imagine magnetizing your legs together, really lengthening the front line of your hips.
If you want, you can interlace the hands behind your back. Maybe you walk your shoulders a little closer together to lift the hips and the heart even higher. Nice deep back bend, big stretch here for the core. You got it. Can you lift a little higher? Hold it there for 3. As high as you can. 2. And 1. Release the bind. Maybe you want to windshield wiper your arms up as you let your spine fall down. Feels really good. Beautiful. Bring your knees into your chest. Start to rock and roll again. Forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Massaging the whole spine. It's done so much work for us today. Lengthen your legs out long in front of you. We're going to reach our arms up to the sky. Nice big inhale. Keeping the spine nice and long, start to lean forward. You can grab onto your ankles, your shins, or your toes. If you need to, and you really want to grab onto your feet, know that you can bend the knees. So you can grab your toes or your feet, and then you can slowly start to walk your heels forward. What I'm most worried about here is trying to lengthen the spine so spine stays long, heart pulling forward, and then you can let your chin drop down. Really big stretch for the back of the legs, for the low spine. And since our belly is compressed and we're compressing into the diaphragm, really want to breathe up and into our lungs. So breathe up into your chest through the nose. As you exhale through your nose, can you dive a little bit deeper? Trying to keep that spine long the whole time. Inhale. And dive, exhale. One more breath in. One more breath out. Slowly release the feet, the ankles, the shins. Walk yourselves back up. We're going to push the hips forward, bending into the knees. Arms come forward. We start to lower ourselves down again with control for 8, 7, 6, all the way onto the ground. 5. I missed number 5. You got it. 4. Start to look up. 3. Last 2. Beautiful control. And 1. Slowly lowering down. Bring both knees into the chest. We're going to reverse tabletop the legs. Knees will come over the hips. Open your arms out like a T. And we're just going to let the knees drop over towards our left side, finding a gentle supine twist. I really want to stack my hips over each other while my spine stays long. Once you're there, press the right shoulder down. It's okay if my knees don't touch the ground. That's perfectly okay. I'm more worried about grounding the right shoulder. That way the twist is coming from the thoracic spine, the middle of my spine. And if you really want a little bit more weight, you can use your right hand, grab your right hip, and use it to gently twist you open. I invite you to close the eyes. We'll take a couple breaths here. Nice, full breaths. Inhale. Try to twist a little deeper as you exhale. Breath in. And a breath out. Keep breathing. Bring both knees back into your chest so we can realign the spine. Reverse tabletop the legs. Once again, open up the arms like a T. We're just going to let the knees gently drop to our right side. Again, press the left shoulder down. That left shoulder stabilizes the spine. If the knees are not touching, that's perfectly okay. If you want to, you can grab onto your left hip with your left hand, pressing that left shoulder down, keeping the upper spine stable. Breath in. Can you use your right hand to twist your hips over towards the right side of the room? Breath out. Nice. Keep breathing right there. Maybe you just want the arms open. I invite you to close the eyes. Couple more breaths. Slowly release, bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a hug, a squeeze, maybe rock a little side to side. Happy baby. We're going to grab onto the inside or outside edges of your feet, your shins, your inner thighs. Really try to press the tailbone all the way down. Your whole spine should be on the ground. Really use your heels to try to kick up with your hands. Try to pull down. Nice big opening here for the hips, for the back of the legs. If it feels good, maybe you want to stretch out one leg out long at a time. Nice big stretch here for the back of the legs. Everything is connected. We can't just always work out one muscle. Everything kind of works in a unison. So the more love we give to ourselves, the more strength we end up adding in return. Take any other little movements that might feel really good to you. And whenever you're ready, we're going to bring ourselves into a small little ball. Arms all the way around the shins. Forehead into the knees. Start to squeeze every muscle in your face. Engage deeply into the arms, the core, the legs. Pointer, flex your toes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, open yourself up into your Shavasana. Take up space on the mat. Arms are long by your side. Palms face up so that the shoulders open as well. If you need a blanket or anything that might want to make this a little bit cozier, go for it. Maybe you have blocks, you can place them underneath the knees. Start to get really heavy on your mat. We'll take a body scan, starting from the crown of the head. As we move down the body, we'll just start to relax a little bit more. Relaxing the forehead, the cheekbones, the jaw. Relaxing through the neck, through the shoulders.